Hey folks, welcome to another weekly check-in. This week is going to be pretty short. We just have one thing on the agenda, and that is our midterm project. It's crazy that we're already there, but it is quickly approaching. So I wanted to go ahead and direct your attention to that information there. Let me share my screen real quick. Okay. So on our calendar, we are here to 12 through 218. And like it says there, the midterm project is what it should say, is due. And I also want to remind you that when you go to upload that project, and it is based on the outline that we did last week, so just keep that in mind as well. Same artwork, same stuff that you talked about in the outline is for the project. So when we go all the way down here, past all of our modules and other informations, we've got our projects folder. And then if we click on midterm project, art analysis, we will see this thorough instructional video on what to do for the project. So please, if you have not already, watch that before you get started on the project. And then when you do go to upload it, all the instructions are listed here. I've got a really tight, like 5 or 4 paragraphs to follow throughout your essay. And just try to keep it to that. Don't exceed it. Don't go any, beyond 1,200 words. Just keep it to what it's asking you to do. But definitely look at that if you have not already. And again, this is based on our project outline that we went over last week. And I'm still in the process of grading those. So I should have those done hopefully by Wednesday. If you want to hold off until you submit your midterm project before you get that back, I should have all of them done on Wednesday. So just be patient with me. I'll get through them as quickly as I can. It's Monday at 11, and I think I've got through about half of one of the classes so far. So should be able to wrap that up today and then during my office hours on Wednesday as well. And additionally, I wanted to give a few reminders. Please remember that when you go to upload your project or any project in the future, our final project, that you go to the projects folder. I really hope nobody submitted their outline to this, but I haven't filtered through everything yet. So be on the lookout for an email if you accidentally submitted it to the actual final version of the project. The outline submission was in module 3, not in the projects folder. And maybe I should switch that so that there's not any confusion in the future. But just wanted to give you a heads up on that. And then my other thing I wanted to remind you guys of, and I've emailed a few of you this week about this, and last week as well, but the Edpuzzle videos. Firstly, when we are on our course calendar here, and you see it says lessons 3, 4, and 5, lessons 6 and 7. That means that you need to complete those in the Edpuzzle folder. That's where all of our course content material is coming from. And what that looks like, if you hopefully have seen it in the past, but every module has its own Edpuzzle folder that looks like this. And when you click into there is the lesson 1 and 2 Edpuzzle there, but you've also got these other Edpuzzles as well in there. All of these Edpuzzles, anything that is in the Edpuzzle folder is counted for participation points. So if you do not complete what is art, it's the same equivalent of you not completing the lesson 1, Discovering a World of Art. I also want to make sure that you are answering the questions that are in the Edpuzzles as well. Those do count into participation. And another reminder on that, I posted about this a while back, but because it is not graded automatically, I have to go back and grade those manually. I do that typically on Mondays. I've done it already today. But if you notice that your grade is a 50 on an Edpuzzle and you completed it and you answered your question, but it's still during the week that it's due, I have not gone back and actually manually graded that yet. So that doesn't mean that you're going to remain at a 50, but I just haven't graded those yet. And usually if Edpuzzles are due on Sunday nights, I will do that first thing on Monday when I come in. That's the very first thing that I do is make sure that the Edpuzzle grades go in so that you can see your accurate grade. And then lastly, they do have due dates for the Edpuzzles as well. I know it's a little bit more lenient, but because I grade them the day after they're due, I'm not gonna normally I don't go back and grade ones that have already passed. And I have given a few people some exceptions this past week about if they did, submit the Edpuzzle late watch it late, just going ahead and counting the points for it. But moving forward from here, after this week, so after, you've completed lessons 6 and 7 this past week, I'm going to be lenient about, accepting those late. But after that, if they are not submitted by the time that they are due, meaning like on our course calendar here on the 11th at, 11:59, then they're not going to be counted. I'm not going to go back and like regrade those again, because that just makes more work for me that I don't really have time to do, unfortunately. Especially this semester being kind of an overload semester for me. It's just a lot of like extra work that I've got to do to go back and manually grade those, and then go back and change the zero in the grade book. And it's just, it gets out of hand, and I get confused, and then you get confused. And so we're just going to cut that off after this week. So make sure that you watch those ed puzzles when they say they're due. So in lesson 6 and 7, that would obviously be due on the 11th, which was last night at 11:59. Same thing moving forward with all of these as well. But otherwise, that is all I've got for you guys this week. And I'm actually getting a call. So I will talk with you guys next week. And if you have any other questions about the project, please let me know, just as soon as possible, so that we can get those sorted out.